nights, need to rebuild myself to come alive. It all makes sense now that the lights out. It's a different world to me, it makes me feel down. Wait until the storm comes down, until the sleep comes and makes it alright. Waiting for the morning been having trouble to sleep now for a couple of nights. Need to rebuild myself to come alive. It all makes sense now that the lights out. It's a different world to me, it makes me feel down. Wait until the storm comes down, until the sleep comes and makes it alright. Waiting for the morning
Welcome back, guys. Day 4 of the qualifiers. आज 3 games होने वाले थे. Unfortunately, one of the teams has backed out of the tournament for some unfortunate reason. So 8 match cancel हो गया, but we still have 2 of those. And the first game that we have for you guys is I think it's
Pi
Pi
versus Lethal.
eSports. Yeah, Pi versus Lethal. And क्या लगता है? It's Ascent again क्योंकि सबको Ascent apparently खेल के बहुत मजा आता है. Or it's just कि किसी को और कोई दूसरा मैप खेलना ही नहीं है. But then again, क्या लगता है? Who do you think is taking the lead? First half में at least.
Well, surely it's gonna be Lethal eSports, it seems, because obviously they are on the defense side first. We are literally seeing them, holding off on the defense angle, a defense-oriented map. They are gonna be defending at the first half, which really gives me, this thing to convince that they would obviously having some sort of lead, some sort of advantage. And let's see that Pi eSports, how are they bringing into their table some of those rounds to play with in the second, half. But with that, let's directly get into the Asian selection window. I would really be, asking you that which team do you predict that is gonna have a good advantage towards this map of Ascent with their respective sides.
We'll see after that lineup happens. क्योंकि मुझे देखना है कौन what type of line. The lineup itself speaks a lot, right?
Yeah.
You understand immediately who's making agent picks based on the map choice. एंड उस हिसाब से हम लोग देखेंगे. And once again, guys, hope you enjoyed last night's stream. Cast करके भी बहुत मजा आया था. It was a great game, and I hope कि आज के games are gonna be as exciting as it was last night. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because that's the best way to support the channel, and it really helps. It's free, and we love bringing these games to you guys on screen, and help us do more of that. And there's also other tournaments coming in. Join the Discord, check the announcements. Maybe there's something for you guys, so just jump right in. If you find anything that suits your interest.
Well, yeah, do hop into our Discord server even if you wish to be, one of these teams who want to play in a game jam Valorant tournament. And the Act 4, registrations have already begun. So you could, get in with your team to, just tag your members inside the Discord server. Or if any doubts, our fellow admins would definitely, get in touch with you all. But for now, we are looking at the agent selection window where from the side of Team Pi Esports, it's going to be Cypher as a Sentinel initiator, Renge Amare Soa, which is quite a common pick at this ASIN map. Controller,
Choose
it's
your
gonna be
agent.
Asta not only from one but both the side. So this is something interesting, and we can see that the duelist is being locked up as a Rena Jet from the side of attackers and a Phoenix and Jet from the side of defenders. Now this is the time where this is gonna be very interesting to see, because we have seen, like Prejudge was playing with Phoenix yesterday with this, agent, and I really think that Yape Phoenix is one of the most crucial duelists.
Yep, exactly. I agree as well. I think Reina and both Reina and Phoenix are super effective in this map, and we have Sovas as well. Two Sova on each team, so that's also effective. You technically need Sova on almost every map. Like I said, he's a very versatile agent, and he can be used almost on every map. Ascent is one of those. And on each team, we're going to see sentinel trades happening. One side, we're going to see a Cypher. On the other side, we're going to see a Killjoy. And Killjoy is apparently starting on defense. So that's very good, because Killjoy's utilities are super heavy and, very good entry denial tools.
Well, yeah, really, Killjoy is some. I really think that, as I told yesterday, that Cypher for the side of team attackers is very, beneficial in terms of Sentinel, and Killjoy would be really helpful for, being a defender. Like both of agent have their own speciality in the very, own respective sides where they play on. But for now, the round is going to get begin, and the Recon Dart has been taken down at the very early stage as well. VR21 is just up with the curve flash, and five people were flashed. No, it was, I guess, four people, but that was quite the first blood coming in the favor Team Pi Esports. And already we can see a sad execution. Fan coming with one kill, but he is going to be taken down by his clone Sova himself. And we are already looking at a close plan scenario where numbers advantage बिल्कुल नहीं हमारी team defenders के पास.
Yep, I think that was just unfortunate for Wire 21, because he had the flash, and it was just a lucky shot by Reda. She right clicked and it just landed onto her, right? And Phoenix, I'm pretty sure if he had anything other than a pistol, I'm pretty sure he would have had multiple kills starting that round amazingly. I mean, that would have been a spectacle to watch. Like it was just kind of unfortunate for him, but just as I said, that Dudu with doubles gets two of them, and just as Sova left, he has to go for the defuse as well. He's going for it. Is Sova gonna be able to deny him? It does. Lantis with the sweet shot dart, sealing the first round. Attackers, I think it's Pi Esports with the first round in their pockets.
Just look at the way Lantis was, just quite patient. He went on a flank all the way from the lane towards the first lane, and then he had a good intel, a good team communication that the last player is down to literally 38 HP, and he did knew that a single like shock dart damage would be enough to deal with him. So there's when instead of going on for that risky play, he chose to use his utilities, which was quite good. But for now, we are seeing that a early recon that would really come in. All the five players are stacked up at this B main area, and defenders are gonna be playing with only those pistol upgrades. We can obviously see 3-4 players are already stacked up. Three players को back to back down कर दिया गया. Landis coming up with a good play with that vector, but here comes Fishy Bobby. उनको भी take down कर लिया जाएगा, and there comes a 3K for Lantis himself on this eco round being played by Lethal Esports. That is something where they are on a very good advantage, because एक अच्छी शुरुआत मिली उन्हें. यही शुरुआत को वो consistently maintain करना चाहिए. Frank is up still with a reverse sheriff, but he is going to be taken down to a flawless round team which is just quite good. It's like none of the weapons are lost from any of these players.
Yep. Plus, the thing is, like you just said, momentum banta hai, right? Every time you, win rounds, it just adds up, builds, stacks up on your confidence levels, right? And ऐसे momentum चलता रहा तो Pi Esports might just take the first half. I'm not gonna be too, uh, you know, uh, go too overboard and just say कि वो लोग match ही ले जाएंगे. But I'm definitely gonna say कि अगर ऐसा चलता रहा तो this will definitely end up first half at least will go to Pi Esports. And looking at that second round was a flawless, and every time they managed to take side control effectively, which was pretty solid to look at. And I think every time the round began, it was actually by the defenders taking the initiation. But it just didn't work out for them. Every time they lost the gunfight and were punished for it. But this time, YR21 and Dudu both take a frag each, managed to take down. But there's those refrags coming in from Lost Team. Doubles by Lost Team. He just took down the Sova as well. Now it's a 3-2. Once again, Pi Esports with the advantage, and Jet left to do the retake alone. She's on full HP, half shields, but let's see if she can perform the retake. She has 3 smokes, no updrops. Gets 1, gets 2. One more kill to go, but very low HP left. Plus, Cypher has the cam. He's watching cams. He knows, he's expecting that. He's expecting the fight. He has more HP, has the inferior gun, but Jet के पास काम बहुत बाकी है. Dashing in will be shut down by the Cypher, and that's it. Once again, Pi Esports with another round in their pockets.
He had a judge under him, like when he was getting before, just trying to get executed towards that side. He dashed in. He was, like such a smart level gameplay. Cypher would not be expecting that, but that 11 HP of his was quite a disadvantage. And this was a doable. Like, this was a 200 IQ level start, which he was using towards the side. But in the end, it's going to be Pi Esports again securing that round for him. A crucial bar round is going to be won by them, which is really going to force them to win this round as well. Like 4 Nilka stolen is something which we can't really expect, but it seems as if Killjoy is up with that sheriff. Look at the crosshair of Killjoy. He is just like one of those unique and the biggest crosshair I could have ever seen for someone playing a tournament. And with that, the bomb is going to get planted. We are looking at a 4v5 retake scenario, and Team Pi Esports is all set to secure this round as well.
Plus, look at that. Side control was given away. I mean, B में एक ही बंदा था, and he did Pi Esports took control of that. And just as I say that, members of Pi Esports gunning down the members from Lethal, and it's just Frank left with Sheriff once again to do a retake. Every time, last round में at least Blackburn had the gun to do the retake, and he was able to do so, right? He almost did it, but उसके बाद HP need to take the final fight in, and Cypher calmly sealed the draw. But right now, जो initial gap था for 1-0, then the second round that went to 2-0, now it's a 4-0, and it's looking pretty one-sided, to inclined towards Pi Esports right about now. They are having a good time and they're enjoying themselves. I'm not seeing them struggle. They're not having a hard time taking side control. They're making it look easy.
Right here.
And not only that, like if you really see, Team Pi Sports are just going on with their strategy, and the strategy is actually, like working out good for them so far. Like they, in each and every round, they had some start directly. They want to get into the side of B, or they want to take that mid control. All those things work quite, it went into their favor. Team Lethal Esports are, really finding it difficult to defend this execution being made. Like this is not even a domination. This is just a simple attackers doing their job, completing their objective of playing into a post-plan scenario by executing towards any side. But for now, it's going to be gamers' time is already up at this catwalk area. If 2 players get aggressive, this is really going to be something which cause Fishy Bubby is already here. Now he is on his cosmic mode. What a timing. He has been taken down, and there comes one unit with a good headshot towards, Fishy Bubby, and that's going to be a post-plan scenario already. And I would really like to ask you that with these ultimates being online, do you think that retake is going to be possible for Team Lethal Esports?
I think if properly executed, I think especially the lockdown might have helped. But just as I say that, Killjoy is gone, and so is Jet. No ultimates ready. Okay, YR21 does have his run it back, but that's against 3 people, plus he has to put the spike over it as well. So that's a lot of work, and very time nahi hai uske paas. That's the recon dart gets him tagged anyway, so they know where they are. The free fires are coming in. That Molly might just be able to take Sova away, but that's lost aim standing right there to take the refrag. And once again, Pi Esports take another run. I think the problem here is that Team Lethal Esports mid-make gunfights need area. There's no aggression, absolutely no resistance in mid at all. They're just letting people from Pi Esports walk in through catwalk. Like Reyna and Cypher, and the timing on that Astra just going into cosmic mode right when you are holding that choke. That's just unfortunate.
That is actually quite unfortunate because you would really not want to lose so many rounds in a defense favorable map. We were expecting that Lethal Esports would be the one who would really be having a good play, but here comes an updraft, and that's when Gamers Time is really going to be taking him down. A good Hunter's treaty as well. I had tagged, one of the guys, didn't let, Jet any chance to escape, and they secure not the round, but obviously the first blood into this up. There comes a good kill on to Frank right now, and Frank will be taken down as well. 4v3 का scenario already हो चुका है, and अकेले VR21 ही बचे हैं इधर. Just side को hold off करके रखे. He is going to be caught off guard in this backside area. God knows कितने सारे लोगों से उन्होंने वो damage लिया, but in the end he was being taken down by a shot dart. And this is a 2v4 scenario, which is not quite favorable for Lethal Esports.
It's not even a 2v4, dude. 1v4. Look at the HP on Fishy Bubbly, dude. It's one anything. थोड़ा सा ऊपर से अगर she jumps, that's it. उसके लिए it's over. I would say the smart move for Team Lethal would be right now to save those guns. Because अगर another save, if they are forced to go for another save round, it will be devastating for them. Plus, they're losing rounds back to back. They're losing this round as well. That's 6 rounds down in the drain for Team Lethal Esports. By Esports already with 6 rounds in. So I was expecting, obviously one of these teams was going to take the lead on, at least. First half of the game, but right now the score, the range by which Pi Esports is leading is insane.
Not only insane, but look at Fishy Bubbly bringing that amazing kill from that Phantom. He was down to 1 HP, but he could have been taken down, but he secures his Phantom, and obviously he will be using it instead of giving it to his duelist, who could bring it back towards himself. Yeah, but thrifty round is something which would be quite expected from Lethal Esports, because they have a good reaver by one of the guys are having a Phantom as well, and they would want to play it quite fast. And there comes the first blood towards the side of team Lethal Esports, and this is what we were quite expecting, but this is gonna be the time where they need to secure that first round. Obviously वहाँ पे gun retrieve करना चाहेंगे of the opponent, Reyna, who was being taken down. That Killjoy utilities are just causing trouble for Pi Esports right now, and this is why we say that Sentinel having a Killjoy is really quite overpowered, but Frank is gonna be taken down with the shock dart, and that's the way Pi Esports are gonna up things. This is looking quite good, and imagine being on an eco and still having such a good hold towards the side.
Yep, and the thing is, I think लोगों ने अभी तक
Wow.
I think we saw
Last player
was it?
standing.
Yep, Lantis
Spike
take
down,
away
B.
I think 3 to 4 shock dart kills already, if I'm not wrong. Plus that was a good round by, I'm gonna have to give it to the I think it was YR21. For the first time on B, he got the flash and somehow actually managed to take a kill with the Sheriff. And look at this, Blackburn actually managing to take away Cypher. And this is the first round for Team Lethal Esports on their side. This is good for them, but still, they need to step up the game, dude. Look at the scoreboard. The kill score, kills and KD difference is not that much. Dudu and one unit both sitting at 8 kills, right? But the other members on their team have to severely step up their game in order to get this score back to their side of the table. 6-1, very one-sided still. Pi Esports still, I would say having a fun time playing the game, not stressing out too much. Itna pressure bhi nahi unke upar. They can just relax.
Well, with that, we can already see that the round has begun, and that was an impressive thrifty round going towards a favor for Team Lethal Esports. Judo coming up with some insane shots with those sheriff, and that is something which we really expected, and that's how Team Lethal Esports even bought up their first round. That was an amazing way to get that first round. But talking about round number 8 right now, already the players have got executed towards this B side. It seems as if the side is given for free to them. Already one player has been taken down, and there comes a 4v5 disadvantage for
Spike
Lethal
planted.
Esports. The Hunter's Fury looks quite good, but this is going to be a lockdown as well, which is going to be in play.
Revealing
And
area.
there comes the Recon Dart. This is looking quite
There
overpowered
they
right
are.
now. The shock dart was quite not able to connect towards his lockdown, and with that they will get a good side execution.
One
None of the
enemy
players are
remaining.
retained, but YR21. This is why I say that Phoenix is an overpowered agent. But just
Oh,
look at his utility. He's not just even damaging the all the. He's just not causing troubles for the opponent team to play a 1v1 scenario, but also in case he is being taken down with some damage, he gets healing from his own utility, which is just amazing. Phoenix was quite a smart pick from the side of Lethal Esports, and look, back to back 2 rounds already into their favor right now.
yeah. Plus the fact that they once again managed to take another round for themselves. I think
I should
few
place
more
some
rounds
astro
in,
stars in
even if
disguise.
not an equalizer, they can probably at least make some space for themselves after for the second half. क्योंकि without अगर अभी 6-0 चलता रहता, it would have been super difficult because the rounds of okay, it would have been match point for them, and every round had to be won, and they would be back to such a corner. That kind of pressure is just insane. Good. Itne pressure में you cannot win a game when the lobby is so good, when there are good players, all 10 of them. So it's a very high stakes game, right? And it's a knockout. Plus, if you lose, आज जो
You
भी
want
team
to find
हारेगी,
it?
they're going home. There's no coming back. So you have to be perfect. No room for error. Look at that catwalk push. Gamers time taking away YR21. But what is that? Bubbly with 3
Spike
kills.
down
1
A.
unit. Gamers time and Lantis both back down. Fishy Bubbly just stepping up the game. Achanak, he was the bottom fragger. क्या हुआ अभी अभी? What happened? He just that was so good.
Last
Well,
player
that
standing.
was some sort of gameplay, but for now we are into the 1v2 scenario right now. That fall from that higher wall was quite a bit problem where he just whipped on his phantom spray, but that's gonna be the third run being secured from the side of Team Lethal Esports. Like Fishy Bubbly was too insane there with his like
Yeah.
hold onto the right side of that A log, like a collateral, like एक lineup हो गया था सारे के सारे players in a single spray. He took down 3 opponents, which was quite like
Right here.
he had done half of the job, which was his whole team could do together. And
Yep.
that was a good like the execution was quite good. The ultimate was being baited out, and even
Get
after
out of
that
my way!
cosmic divide was in play, Fishy Bubbly just pulled out that round into his favor.
Yeah, I think that round, us round का MVP is Fishy Bubbly. He just they won the round because of him. इतना smooth था वो. He took down 3 on A3. That's just beautiful. And the way he did it so fast, no reloads, back to back to back. And then Blackburn closing it off. And right now, I'm actually very impressed with Lethal Esports. They have won, I think, 3 rounds back to back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, if they can bring it to an equalizer, that would be set things back to square one and actually put pressure on Pi Esports. Now look at that. YR21 just pushing in because of the run it back. He doesn't care, and that
Spike
gives
down B.
Dudu the advantage to take down 2 of the most critical agents on Pi Esports. They just lost the Sova and the Astra, and now they've lost
One
Jet
enemy
as
remaining.
well. And they just lost the Cypher. It's just Reina. And once again, Team Lethal Esports bringing it back. मुझे तो लगता है, I think we're gonna see an equalizer run.
They would definitely go on for an equalizer because already half of the rounds of the first half they have given it to the opponent. Either it's them who will be leading or either it's going to be an equalizer. Because 6 round के बाद Team Lethal Esports who cannot expect to go in the lead. It can only happen when they are going towards that attacking side, and more time पे Team Pi Esports को भी एक equal advantage जरूर मिलेगा to defend at this side. So this is looking quite like promising for the side of Team Pi Esports. But talking about the last round, that was some amazing round. Like the run back ultimate was quite good. Do even being alone-handedly holding on to the B side with his utilities. He is just good with his like the team cover which he gives, and being a sentinel, this is the side, a sort of like advantage you would want to give towards the team. But the Hunter's Fury comes online, and I don't think he is being able to tag any sort of players. And Reina is down to quite a low HP, but those flashes of the blind eye blind, which I'd rather say, is just causing some sort of hold towards the side of team attackers. We can obviously see that VR21 is already up inside the cosmic cloud just with his flash. Two ultimates are online for them. It's gonna be the Stormblades and the Cosmic Divide. Mid area pe already most of the players have stacked in, but there comes the first kill towards the Fishy Bubbly, and यहाँ पे जरूर flashes के साथ अपने utilities को bait out करना चाहेंगे to cause some sort of hold. 4v4 का scenario already हो चुका है. Things are gonna be equal up, but the time is that what our team attackers thinking right now. It seems as a footstep they are gonna give some clue towards the defending team that it's gonna be an A side execution, but already players have stacked in. Generic coming up with some amazing headshot kill. This was quite good to see, but it's gonna be 30 seconds left. Dudu coming up with another kill onto lost him to even up those things, and we are looking at a 3v3 retake scenario. That shot from Gamer's Time was quite insane, and he is gonna take down back-to-back 2 kills, leaving Dudu Wu on a 46 HP clutch.
Yep, exactly. And Gamer's Time, is it? Yep. He actually managed to put a lot of pressure on the team Lethal Esports and taking the lead once again. Like I would say last few rounds, Team Pi Esports को पता नहीं क्या हो गया था, but they were a bit disoriented. Even though वो लोग बहुत ही जल्दी से side control ले रहे थे, just like before, something wasn't working out, and Lethal Esports was starting to take control. But with this round, they set things back to as they were. Fishy Bubbly got one frag from A3. I am pretty sure nobody checked Catwalk, which is why they got one. But he was immediately refragged, so that's fine. But this time, everybody from Team Pyrex was actually stacking on A. And if I remember correctly, I think Lantis was the one who bought out the Hunter's Fury and tried to take out Killjoy in B side, right? But हुआ नहीं उससे, so they decided to take the A rotate, and it actually worked for them. And that is actually a good call, and that's good thinking and good timing on that rotate.
Well, but for now, the first blood obviously going in the favor for Team Lethal Esports. Frank is already up with a Spectre. Let me remind you, it's going to be the last round of the first half, so it's really important for both the teams to win. It's either an equalizer or it's Team Lethal, Team Pi Esports who will be leading in the very first half, but the spike is going to get planted. We are looking at a 2v4 retake scenario, and look at Dudu, who he is already backside. He's just lurking right now from that backstab, and this is going to be really difficult because he gets spots on towards the trap fire, which really leaves a 1v4 scenario if alone, Fishy Puppy is gonna stack, this gather from the side of short area. He is obviously been taken down, and I think this is pretty much it. We will be ending the first half at a 4-8 scoreline.
Yeah, we are. It's gonna be 8-4, and once again, Generic closing it down for his team and taking Pi Esports into the second half with a 4-round lead. That's looking pretty good for Pi Esports. And the thing is, that rotate was actually going to work out for them, but I'm pretty sure that's why they have a Cypher on their team, right? That tripwire just cancelled the whole rotate. The entire flank was just cancelled. It just didn't work out, and that forced him to go back to Catwalk. Astra died there, and he was taken out as well, and it just didn't work out. The retake completely fell apart. And if you look at the scoreboard right now, Gamer's Time is sitting at 15. That's the highest in the lobby right now. He's making optimal use out of that Reyna, I would say, because Reyna is built for frags only. You have maximum use taken out of her when she's fragging. And right now, I would say Gamer's Time is doing just that. And yeah, I would say Phoenix just did a very good job checking that corner out and making sure that Gamer's Time gets punished for overextending himself into that corner and manages to take him away. That's the first blood. Nicely done by Team Lethal Esports.
Well, but for now, we can obviously see that B main पे अपना जो presence रख रही है for team Lethal Esports, that is really not convincing team defenders to even get rotated and be other side of B itself. We can see that really two players are still holding off at this A angle, and this is so huge. Like Pi Esports are not taking a single risk right now, but losing that catwalk area is gonna leave Frank having a good intel towards the side. He thinks that all the players are now at the B side alone, but yes, when he is gonna be spotting on a single guy, Dudu will give a good double peek towards himself, and there the numbers advantage is totally towards team Lethal Esports right now. We can see that
30
3 to
seconds
4
left.
players are literally down to more than 50 HP, which is going to be pretty huge, and I think that's really going to be difficult. It is a doable retake, but very difficult,
Yep.
having a pulling a 2v5 scenario out.
Yeah, plus they're gonna have to be super efficient. I mean, because they have to deal with a lot of
Last player
utilities, plus a lot of people, 5 people to be precise. And Astra losing HP every now and then gets 2, but gets refragged immediately by Frank. Nicely done by Lethal Esports. That was a beautiful take on side B. Very calm and very calculated. Because they did not overextend. First they took out Reyna, then Killjoy took out Sova in market. Then they pushed in, took out Cypher in B, and they beautifully took control of it. That is, I think, is one of the most effective and efficient, pushes onto B side. I would say very calculated. They did not lose even one member. They got tagged, got almost 3 members lost quite a bit of HP, but it worked out. That round was just beautiful. Equal Esports impressed me.
Actually, and with that, they are looking to equalize right now. 4 rounds to
what is
beat the
this?
team Pi Sports के पास, but वो minimize हो जाएगी 2 round पे. They are gonna win this round, but for now, what is happening? Team Lethal
player
Esports are
standing.
just getting aggressive. Look at Lost Him coming up with 2 insane kills with his classic pistol, but in the end, it's gonna be Blackburn who will take him down as well, and it's gonna be a 6-8 scoreline after the 2 rounds of the second half. We are seeing that back-to-back Team Lethal Esports round जीत चुकी है, and finally the bar round, which is the most awaited round in any like second half matches. That what is going to happen in the buy round? Is it going to be again Team Lethal Esports winning by some sort of extra over aggressive gameplay, or is it going to be Team Pi Esports finally giving some setback and bringing the 9-6 scoreline towards their favor?
It just might be, but the last round में वो क्या हुआ? I just didn't understand. I didn't know what Pi Sports was thinking, but Joby, whatever game plan they had in their head, just didn't work out because all of them apparently decided to just push in through mid and catwalk. None of them survived. Everybody got gunned down. Yes, they got a few frags in, but just doesn't matter. They just throw. That's just a complete throw for them. I would just say I have to say that because if you're leading the game, you shouldn't be like, let's just experiment a few rounds. I would be more focused on ending the game as deeply as possible. Like I would want to have as inclined a scoreline as I could. I do not like to underestimate my opponents. I did not know what happened that round. Like so far, at least this time around, they're not finicking around. They're all holding their positions. Nobody's overextending. They were expecting a push on to A, but there's the lockdown. So I'm pretty sure they're getting the read right. There's Cypher coming in through mid, and there's 2 people holding A. So they have all of that, but Landis
30 seconds
gets
left.
Blackburn because he tripped on the Cypher trap wire, right?
Well, with that, we can see that run it back was quite good, but it's gonna be a post-plan scenario again. Lethal Esports will be playing
Spike
on a
planted.
retake scenario, but this is really gonna be quite doable for Team Pi Esports, having that numbers advantage into their favor. Already first kill nikal chuke, but there comes the trade, and Via 21 is gonna take down one unit somewhere
What?
down the line. Back-to-back 2 kills nikal chuke, and that is something huge from his side. अभी एक equalizer हमें देखने को मिल सकता है. The game changer is only gonna be Phoenix himself, who is just holding at this B main area, but Fishy probably is gonna be tagged up. Back to back 3 kill निकाल चुके हैं हमारे Phoenix, and this is so good. 1 kill निकाल चुके हैं. Will the trade come in or no? Okay, that was a good jump shot, but there comes the Molly, and there isn't just enough time right now for Team Pi Esports to go for a defusal.
Concentrate so
Yeah. And Phoenix is right there to cancel him out, even if he did try it. Wire 21 with a nice positioning I think this round YR21 did a phenomenal job taking out most of his enemies, and he got doubles with the Spectre on B main. I didn't know Jet ke saath wo kya hua. She went for the reload for some reason, and she got punished for it. And she even had the dash usne use nahi kiya for some reason. I do not know why, but it just worked out for him. It looked good, man. And look at that score. It was, if I remember correctly, it was 6-0, right? From a
Yeah.
6-0, we now have an 8-7. That's just one round lead. And once again, if Team Lethal Esports takes one more round, that means they are setting things back to square one. It's an equalizer. And all of the first half lead that actually Pi Esports had is nullified. It's zero, null, nothing.
Well, let's see, because again, team, Pi Sports will be going on an eco, and this is definitely an equalizer because playing against those rifles, it's really going to be defender. It's really going to be difficult. That too at a defense side, like you would not want to defend with a pistol itself, and all your people, the opponent are going to get aggressive with those Phoenix utilities, with those SOA recon darts, and obviously with those rifles and heavy armor. So that's really going to be difficult because even if they tag a single ding towards a headshot, it's really gonna just take a 78 HP damage, which is something you would not really want. But generic, generic अगर यहाँ पे अपना storm blades का ऑनलाइन ला ले तो शायद इधर एक मौका बन सकता है. Team Lethal Esports are playing it quite slowly, which is something interesting to see. But it seems as if here comes a flash, and already we can see that aggression to come in. That was some good
30
stun
seconds
cush
left.
onto that that generator ke box ke upar. But here comes back-to-back kill from Generic. The equalizer comes in, but YR21 is still alive. But
Last player
what a
standing.
headshot! My God, that was an insane one tap, and oh my God,
Oh
just
my
look at
God.
the sound.
क्या हो गया dude? They just won. I think they were saving, right? And they
Seven
and
eight.
they won. Yeah, that's just. They, I just don't get it. क्या हो गया ये? I think Lethal Esports definitely didn't see that coming. And when you said that these teams are playing slow, I actually agree. Because the first half, it was like very intensive. Teams were not taking their time to think. Calculated pushes नहीं देखने को मिल रहे थे. People were just barging in, especially Pi Esports taking side control super effectively and super fast. Time waste नहीं कर रहे थे वो लोग. But look at that right now कि second half में both teams have severely slowed down their gameplay. Like both teams taking their time to understand the opposition's gameplay, their whatever mindset they have, and slowly taking things in one at a time, trying to take side control slowly. Look at that. They're still stacking onto A. There's Jet coming in hard in mid, trying to take. Yep, they one unit just takes Dudu down, so that's Killjoy taken out there on B main, and they've also lost Phoenix somewhere. I missed that, I guess. And right now it's a 5v3, so it's gonna be difficult for Team Lethal Esports. And just as I say that, Frank gets taken out as well.
Well, that was quite unfortunate, area where Phoenix got caught on. He was, like tagged in with those all drone, but for now, Lost Aim is already up with that 2 kills. The storm, the storm blades are online, but it's gonna be, just being taken down with a flawless round. And Generic coming up with an insane kill towards a clone jet. That's gonna secure a double-digit round for the side of Team Pi Esports, which is just, quite insane to see because they are just single 2 rounds away from getting that match point.
Yep, and that will set actually push Pi Esports forward. I mean, this is what I would like to see, क्योंकि if it would have been an equalizer, they would have lost all of that hard-earned, advantage that they built in the first half. लेकिन अभी भी lead जारी है. It's 10-7. They are still in the lead. They're on defense, so that's some sort of, at least I expect them to use that to their advantage. क्योंकि attack में they beautifully secured 6 rounds for themselves, which I think 7 rounds, right? Before the rounds off happened, I think the score was 7-4 if I'm not wrong. But even if that's the case, all of the hard work should pay off right here. And after the cosmic divide, there's Lethal Esports, Blackburn and Duru taking away Gamer's time and 1 unit. But Lantis takes away Jet, so that's good. But it's a 4v3. Hunter's Fury going on, but still doesn't quite catch anybody. Nobody even loses that bit of HP. Ultron going in. They're gonna have to perform a retake 3v4. There's another Cosmic Divide coming in, pushing them back to boathouse, which means they're gonna have to come out of there if they want to take somebody out. But Dudu gets generic and Frank gets Lantis. Wire 21 gets lost aim. They decide to just push out and get around for themselves. That was actually pretty good. Instead of waiting for the time to run out, they just decided to just burst out of the cage and take the round for themselves. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good, and with that, it was obviously an elimination round coming in. The Cosmic Divide being used from both the Astra was quite good and was, like perfectly timed. But the way, Team Lethal Esports just, manage that post plant, like, scenario, that was something amazing to see. But for now, we are really seeing that equal baron coming in from both the side. Again, we are finally down to the final sixth round of the first, of the second half for today, and this is going to be the time where we will either get to see that one of the players, either one of the team are getting into the round of 16, or either it's going to be some sort of overtime coming in. And I really do not think that Team Lethal Esports would want to lose at this point of time. The wall is already off and there's no player holding any sort of catwalk control for now, so that's really going to give them a free execution. But from here to A side, this is going to be really difficult with already three players being stacked in.
And Fishy Bubbly opening that round, and it's gonna be Gamer's time. Is gonna get pushed hard, and that flash, although got Jet as well, doesn't matter because Reyna was taken out effectively, and that did the job. The generic gets Dudu. It's a 3v3. The spike has been put down. Now it's a retake. Jet lost quite a bit of HP, right? Lantis lost a lot of HP. Not Lantis, the Jet and Lantis and generic managed to take away Blackburn. So it's a 1v3 now. And Sova is all alone beneath Heaven. No space for him to move around. Gets punished for hiding there. And once again by eSports taking 11th round into their hands. That just positions them 2 rounds away from victory.
Actually, not only 2 rounds away from victory, but 1 round away from being that team to get the match point as well. But for our team Lethal Esports, they are quite lucky that they are again going in for those fours, but they are able to secure those, like a crucial buy round from their side, even after losing some of those rounds indeed. But really, I would love to see that, which team is going to be the one who goes for the match point. This is the map of Asin, and this is where it all falls down to in most of the, series of tough teams competing against each other. एक बहुत ही अच्छी शुरुआत जरूर मिली थी टीम पाई स्पोर्ट्स को, एंड वही चीज का एक अच्छा फुल एडवांटेज रख रहे. There was a sort of comeback coming in from Lethal Esports, but I really think the point here is that Pi Esports, after having such a good start, they would not want any, leave no chance for Team Lethal Esports to come back. We can already see the back-to-back frags coming on chicken. What a way to get that kill onto Fishy Bubbly. That shock dart was perfectly timed, and Fishy Bubbly having no, room to get away with it. He was being taken down, and we are down to this 1v3 score situation.
I have to give it to Landis for those amazing shock dart kills, man. He has been putting up a show out there. Like every time, even since the beginning of the game, I don't even know how many shock dart kills he got, but he got at least 6 of them. And it was beautiful to look at. Like, you saw Astra get taken down so smoothly. It was just perfect. The timing was perfect. The positioning was perfect. It was just beautiful to look at. And that puts Pi Esports 1 round away at match point from victory, moving forward into the brackets and sending Lethal Esports home. Guys in the chat, if this is your last chance to cheer for both these teams, especially for the one which is technically about to go home right now, and if you guys want to show support, spam it in the chat. We want to see.
We definitely want to see, and Lethal Esports, like I was quite expecting, some good rounds, some good half, going into their favor. But even after they get that advantage for defending on this side, on this map first, it didn't went in the favor, and us cheez ka pura advantage Team Pi Esports legi. Now they are defending that operator is finally in play, and really first blood nikal chuke. So why would he doesn't need to worry about anything right now. All he want to do is just regroup with his team and make sure कि वहाँ पे any sort of side execution को वो deny कर रहे फिलहाल.
Yeah, and the thing with that is they lost Jet. That is one of the best entry fraggers in the game. Plus, she can be used to make space for her team as well because these smokes, now that's gone. It's just not there anymore. And that's going to push, Lethal Esports to a difficult position. Now they have to do, push aside without one of their entry fraggers with just Phoenix left. And plus, they're going for side A where there is Cypher, Reyna, and Sova. Three of them holding with Reyna running the operator. All right on low HP. She gets another one. And the thing is, they have to deal with a lot of Cypher traps. But just as I say that, YR21 gets doubles and Frank takes away Landis. That sets the bar back to 3-2 with Jet and Astra left to do a retake. Generic and if I'm not wrong, lost aim going up against 2-2, YR21 and frag, and YR21 gets generic, lost aim gets YR21, there's the refrag, there's 2v1, spike has been put down, she has to go for the spike as well, she gets frag, and getting that one round, they're still in the game. She just bought her team an extra life. They're still in the game. They're not going home yet. It's match points, however, but they're still there. It's not over.
Well, I'm just amazed that the way they just pulled that off, pulled off the round into their favor was quite unexpected. Already they had the numbers advantage. एक अच्छा side hold भी था उनका, but the moment Rena just whipped onto that, like operator, she was being taken down, and उस चीज को, कहीं ना कहीं उनके जो fellow teammates थे who were with him towards that A side weren't able to take those initial trade. एक अच्छा doable clutch आ सकता था, but उस clutch को भी, कहीं ना कहीं deny. Can you see that, यहाँ पे किलजॉय को टोटली दैट डिनाई किया जा रहा है, बिल्कुल भी एक चांस नहीं दिया जा रहा दैट शी इज जस्ट एबल टू यूज दोस लॉकडाउन to get a free side, but there comes the run back ultimate, but he is going to be taken down. दो players तो spot on हो चुके, but we are going to be seeing a post plan scenario. 5v5 का जो post plan scenario create होता है, let me remind you that from the side of team defender it's going to be the Stormblades, Cypher's ultimate and the Cosmic Divide online. But इससे पहले कि मैं वो कहता उस चीज को take down कर दिया गया. Attackers are also having the Hunter's Fury online, so this is going to be really huge. This is going to be really exciting that within the span of 15 seconds, we are going to be seeing all the players stacked up and all the players just getting into the side. But for now, the first player is going to be taken down, and Zenik is looking quite good. यहाँ पे back-to-back trade आ रहे, but look at that. Okay, it is a 1v3 scenario, and Lee Frank is left alone behind this cosmic wall. He is really going to be taken down on a first kill. निकाल चुके हैं, and the diffuser is something that they are sticking in, and let them win with a diffuser is something that they are thinking right now. Pros are not fake, and what an amazing match which we got to witness today. 39 का score line already, वो एक doable match बन सकता था, but that is what I was saying, that within the time span of 15 seconds we are going to get the result, because already सारे players stacked up there, and look at that beautiful way to retake. The Sova Recon came down on time. The Cosmic Divide was quite in play. All the players were just, like cornered in that B side area. And with that, it was Team Pi Esports just winning the qualifiers for today. And congratulations for them to making it to the round of 16.
Yeah. Plus, I would have to give it to Frank Kyuki. He went for the Hunter's Fury, but he realized that that might not be enough for it. So he cancelled it and he got the Jet. I think it was generic, right? Yeah. He got generic, but he just didn't push out of the Cosmic Divide to deny the diffuse, and that just cost them the round. But nonetheless, great scoreline, 13-9. That's one of the best. Even if you lost, that's a good scoreline to go down on. And kudos, man. Kudos to both teams. Pi Esports moving forward. Congratulations to them. And perhaps we'll see Lethal Esports once again in the coming tournaments that we have lined up. And look at the scorecard, man. Scoreboard, I mean. Gamers time with 23 kills, highest in the game. Following right behind him, Generic and Dudu with 21. And that's actually pretty good. I think what really lacked was the entry fragging on team Lethal Esports, because they really, like, you can see Blackburn is all the way down, and I think that just didn't work out for them. Unfortunate. Hamisha, you don't really get, it's not your day perhaps. And look at the first bloods on Gamers Time with 6. That is the highest in the game. That is
actually
has to be insane. Like, everybody else has the highest of perhaps. Yeah, Fishy Bubbly has like 4, and that's everybody else has like 3 or 2s. But look at that, 6. That's a good number to look at.
That is actually a good number to look at. Like out of 22 rounds being played, it was him, like 6 of the rounds, he was the one getting that first blood and getting that advantage towards his team at the very starting of the round. But for now, today is the first match is going to get ended. Our second match, which is probably going to be the last match for today qualifiers, that is
Yeah.
going to happen, within 15 minutes between Team Weird Esports versus Team Decimators. So Decimators, sorry if I pronounced them wrong, but that's gonna be some match to look at. And obviously, qualifier guys JJ, the one who came out. We started off with top 64 teams. We're down to the top 32 teams, and they are competing each other to make sure they make their slot into the round of 16. And with that, we'll be taking a very short break, very small break, and after that, we will be seeing you guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's take a quick short break for now.
Let's go.
What am I supposed to do? I'm lonely here without you. All these days are passing by, standing there while you're living your life. I'm broken here alone. Where did I go wrong? Living a hollow life. I'm living a hollow life. I'm living a hollow life. I'm living a hollow life. What am I supposed to do? I'm lonely here without you.
now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race, like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know. But you have to.
As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. Oh, we radiate all over the world. We used to radiate, yeah, radiate, but now we're drowning. As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, we used to radiate, yeah, radiate, but now we're drowning. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. Oh, we radiate all over the world. We used to radiate, yeah, radiate, but now we're drowning.
Alright, guys, I have some grim news. I thought we had 3 games lined up, but then again, I was told कि नहीं, it was going to be 2, and now I'm being told कि वो भी नहीं होने वाला है. The third game is getting skipped as well because Weird Esports is apparently not able to show up here tonight due to some unfortunate events, and we're not definitely gonna have to cancel the third game. So sorry for that. Apologies, guys, for anybody who was waiting on stream. We apologize if you were, we'll